Good evening, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the Sustainability Network. I am Shruti Harihara Subramanian, and I am the founder of GoliSodaStore.com. Over the last few weeks, I've been having a great time meeting the founders of the many brands Goli Soda has been associated with since 2013. And each time I take back something new, I learn something new about sustainability. You think you know it all, but there's always something new to learn regarding sustainability. And I hope for those of you who have been following our talks have also have something to take back. So, in case you missed any of our talks, do catch it on our IGTV. We are on YouTube and we are on most popular podcast stations. So, do catch us on these platforms and do give us your feedback. And we'll love to hear from you. We are planning to, bring more exciting people on the show, have something more interesting, and we have some plans, but you'll get to know about that very soon. So today we are meeting the founder of KaReGhar, Ankita. KaReGhar is a very fun brand. They make functional upcycled products. They're one of our latest partners that Goli Soda has partnered with. So I'm really looking forward to knowing more about KaReGhar and Ankita's journey. So let me invite Ankita. If you have any doubts, queries, comments, please feel free to post it on the chat as we have our conversation. Hi, Ankita.
Hi Shruti, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having us here.
Oh, thank you for coming on to our show. We really look forward to know more about KaReGhar.
Definitely, definitely.
So let's start from the top. What does KaReGhar mean?
So, KaReGhar, actually, the word KaReGhar in itself, the word has its own meaning. So, Ka, as in in Egypt, it means transference of soul from one person to another. So that's what we do with our raw material. We transfer the soul from this scrap material into something that we make of a different product. Is recycle, reuse, reform, and ghar is your home and your space. So,
Yeah. Okay.
so that's the meaning of the word KaReGhar. To us, KaReGhar is where we can have a platform to upcycle products, to make different products, and not just um, what would you say? Not just it's not just about upcycling, but it's more than that. It's about the earth, it's about the planet, it's about sustainability. But you kind of just compress it all and put it into this
Yeah.
one brand. So
Okay.
that's where we stand at KaReGhar.
Okay, so it's beautiful how much thought you put into the name itself. So obviously I know I've seen your products, so I'm sure your products too have a lot of thought and ideas and design put into it because if you take so much effort and to give so much meaning to uh, your brand's name, I'm sure that much more thought is put into the products as well. So tell us about the journey. How did KaReGhar happen? What was your background? How did one fine day you wake up and say, I need to do this?
Definitely. So the journey began couple of years back. That is couple of years before KaReGhar. So that is when I
Okay.
remember while walking down the stretch of Worli Seaface and back here in Mumbai, we just saw a broken down bench and we were thinking like we were just brainstorming. What could you do with it? It was a fun brainstorming session. So how could you reuse it again? But it was just that was just an idea, and we went back to our lives, our homes, and the idea kind of stuck with us. Moving around the city, we always roam on bikes. We love our bikes, so we always get around in the city on our bikes. You it's like you notice that bench, and then
Yes.
on noticing everything that was broken down and scrap just sitting by the side of the road. A broken down car, for instance, so many
Yeah,
cars,
yeah, yeah,
some tires, a door, and you kept on.
yeah.
It was just the seed. That broken down bench was a seed that we just took that as a sign and just went ahead with it. The I think, but it is Haider who is into bikes and super bikes and who loves his cars and vehicles. So it was his technical brain over there and my creativity that actually
Okay.
combined, came together, and when we started creating these products. But before we started creating the products, I think the most crazy experience was visiting Chor Bazaar and Kurla CST when we saw all the engines coming apart. And that was the most experience, because for me it was like, what is this? What is this? What is that part? I'm on that part. I want to work with that part. That looks beautiful. It is so fantastic. And I think that is what pushed us in this direction until we met. It was still a hobby back then. We were only making products to
Okay.
our friends and family. And but when we came across, when we met Radhika and Parveen, uh, they pushed us ahead, get this thing more organized, and make a business out of it, and get out there, reach to more people. So that
Yeah.
is how KaReGhar began.
Yeah, it's very interesting to know because even Goli Soda sort of started I mean, for us, it was many things that I tell people, the universe comes together, uh, sending you the right kind of people or the ideas, and something is born out of it. So amongst the many things that was happening around me around 2012, 13 was about people sharing small ideas on social media about how they converted their plastic bottles into, say, a planter. And everybody used to just share it and say, hey, great idea. But nobody actually did it. Or at that point, nobody knew the word upcycling. So one of the many triggers for Goli Soda to start Goli Soda for us was to promote the concept of upcycling and not just leave it as an idea. It's not just something, hey, interesting idea, or oh cool, oh they're so creative, and just leave it with that. We wanted people to go beyond that, support this idea, pick it up, or push people who had these ideas to start making them and reach out to more people. So we were one of the most we would say the first upcycle store in that sense, having upcycled products in Chennai. But at that time, nobody knew what upcycling was, and they were like, "You mean recycle?" And we used to say, "No, no, no, it's upcycle." So, what were your experience when you first started doing these things? Did people just say, "Oh, how cool, nice idea," or "Oh, upcycle, what does it mean?" Do they also think they're correcting you by saying, "No, no, no, it's recycle," but then you'll have to say, "No, it's upcycle."
No, no, no. So we had a very different experience. We started KaReGhar and getting out there to people just under 2 years back. So
Okay.
I think people have been more aware
Exposed.
of what is
Yeah.
yes, what is
Yeah.
upcycling, what is recycling. They have been more aware, and so for us, the experience was whenever we were at an exhibition, mothers would come to us and tell us, do you all do workshops? I want my children
Mhm.
to come to your, like, do you all
Yeah.
do workshop where you all, have children over there? But
Yeah.
sadly, our space is not children friendly, and
Okay.
we work with metal and hard edges. It's difficult at
Okay.
times, but it was a lovely experience, it was never about upcycling and recycling, what it exactly means, but it was always about the design, the weight of the products, the people appreciated a lot. People appreciated these products, and they have been appreciating these products a lot more.
For
A
what it
lot more.
is.
Sorry?
They appreciate it for what it is, not because it's upcycle, not because it's eco-friendly. They like it
Yes, yes.
because it's nice.
Yes, and you know that actually gives us a way to reach out to people. So because it's not just about upcycling, recycling. It's also about the design. It's also about
Yes,
having a product that works in your house. It's not just sitting around
yes.
and collecting dust. We do make showpieces because
Mhm.
we like to have fun at the workshop. But
Yeah.
then again, we make, you know, some pen stands. Like we try construction material that comes out of old buildings that are being torn down or something like that, and then we make take those rebars and bend them and make pen
Lovely.
stands, and
Yeah.
we keep on experimenting, and people appreciate it a lot more, especially a lot of men appreciate the products that are made out of the automobile parts.
Yeah. And there are always some. I think they make great gifts to because it's all. I always found that buying gifts for men is far more difficult for than for
Exactly,
women.
exactly.
Yeah. So these products are great. I think men will love them as much as women. So even if they're going to keep it in their house, the women are not going to object, and the men are going to love it as much. So that's what I love about your products because, as you were saying, they like it because they're you're focusing on aesthetics. And even for Goli Soda, like my husband and I, we have a design background. We are creative people. I'm a filmmaker. So for us, aesthetics have always been very important in our life. So even when we first started Goli Soda, and even now, we don't push it by saying buy this because it's upcycled or you're making a difference to the planet. We want people to buy it because they like it, and we like our products to compete with any other product in the market. So that is our motto as well. So that's one of the reasons when I saw your products, we felt like we must have them in our store because it resonated so much about the way we feel about upcycling. Because there are times people pick it up and then we tell them. We don't tell them while if people are browsing in our store, we don't say, "Hey, you know what, this was this." We wait till they pick it up and then we tell them, you know, you actually picked up something that was something else and you made a difference to the planet. So people actually find it amazing when they hear that story after they picked up the product. So I love that fact that you're not giving excuses because you're upcycling a product, because there are many people who feel, oh, you know, this is all we could do because, you know, I'm making use of, you know, old newspapers or this. So we make sure that we don't, the quality and the design are important, and we mustn't give excuse that we are upcycled or eco-friendly. We need to compete with the existing market. So I think KaReGhar is brilliant that way.
I'm 100% agree because for us, I remember the first 6 months when we began, it was all about testing out the quality. So for example, like this particular pen stand that I have, the
Okay.
so imagine, okay, the first 6 months was trial, right? Then you have this metal that all will react differently to being welded because
Yeah.
some of the metal will actually have they have been in the car for such a long time in greasy and oily situation. So when after being thoroughly washed and when we weld it, it throws out oil. So there
Wow.
are
Okay.
yeah, so there are a lot of difficulties that we have faced in the initial stages. Um, sourcing material sourcing material becomes difficult, and also you know, putting it together. The reason I'm telling you all these things is when it comes to quality, I can go and buy something that I can go and try to source something that is just there. I need to produce more. People want this. I
Yeah.
need more products, right? But we cannot compromise on that. We have to figure out the coating. We have to figure out the welding. We have to
Yeah.
train the welder in a specific way to get it welded that way, so the welding spots won't look very bad. Um, then when you put it together, it has to be sturdy, and
Yeah.
with these products, the one of the thing is, since they are hardened metal, if it's welded to another piece of iron, sometimes it is easy to crack or snap. So we
Okay.
have experimented and tried a lot to get that sturdy. So even if you throw this right now, nothing will happen to this. So we keep on experimenting with all these kind of things, and it is an ongoing process. We the initial time was to experiment and to work on the quality. When we got the quality right, it was about about getting the, building right relationships with the businesses.
Yeah.
So it all adds on. So with KaReGhar, it has been a fun journey up till now.
And seeing the products right now, they seem so durable. I'm sure they're going to last a lifetime. Like you can even pass it as a family heirloom, I guess, after a point, because they're also sturdy and it's not going to just break like that. And unlike, say, any other material or any other kind of products where within your lifespan, you'll have to probably replace it 5, 6 times. But this seems like something that will last for a lifetime or more.
These products are really, really sturdy. Imagine your car. Your car is really heavy, right? These are parts from your car.
Yeah.
So if I have this clock right here, if I lift this clock, this is around 3 kgs
Wow.
alone. So
Yeah.
it's quite heavy. You can actually do weightlifting with this. So the products are heavy, but definitely, like, you do take care with your car. You do have to take care sometimes, keep it in the rainy seasons. You have to maintain it a lot more. Is a similar situation? You got to maintain this a bit more, because it's iron on the inside, and you know how iron affects to the climatic conditions. If you keep it in wet environment, it's
Obviously.
going to,
Yeah.
but it is very durable. Very durable. You can throw it and it's not going to bend.
I can see that. I mean, if I'm having a clock for 3 kgs, then I'm sure it's going to be durable. So the other question I had is about sourcing. So are you focusing only on automobile waste, or do you work with other kind of waste?
That's a very good question. So in this lockdown period, so this was a plan. What we wanted to get KaReGhar at that level, 5-year plan, a short-term plan, a long-term plan. But with this lockdown, it has all been pushed ahead, and we have all realized that, okay, we need to do this now. We have had 3 months, 4 months sitting at home. Why not do it right now, and get this thing all geared up? So our products are handmade. We have to be at the workshop to make it, and it is not possible in this environment right now. Everyone have to be safe. So so what we are doing right now, we have stocked these products, all of these products, and we have started working on different materials, or that is what we are working on right now. So different materials which are more sustainable, which are more environmental friendly. We have also used wood in the later stages. We started using wood and experimented with it, and have had wonderful feedback. So we took this wood, upcycled it, made some kitchen roll holders, and people loved it. So we keep on experimenting with these. We have experimented with these materials, and we want to experiment with a lot more, especially right now. What happens with the market over here in India? So we have a lot of beautiful KaReGhars throughout India, and for different reasons, they have lost their opportunity over a period of time. And I feel this is a excellent time to just find them, and make use of their skill and give them that opportunity. I feel it's going to be a wonderful experience. This is going to be a wonderful thing that we definitely want to go ahead with and start working with different materials, not just metal. Metal was the most difficult one, though. Metal was very difficult, but yes, we want to work with a lot more.
So right now, primarily, it's still metal.
Metal and wood are the two things that we have brought forth. we do want to, yes, definitely get into more stuff.
Yeah. No, it's good that you were talking about the KaReGhar, the handwork that India is very popular for, but it's also the handwork skills are also something that's dying. So, supporting people like this is actually supporting our culture in some way, and of course, providing employment. And as I tell people, sustainability is just not about eco-friendly. It has to be sustainable in the overall sense. So if you're providing employment, keeping people in their space, right now we're talking about migration, people migrating from their villages to the cities back to the village. I think all these issues would have been sorted if we supported local crafts, local skills, and made people proud of what they can do, because the things that these uh, uh, like KaReGhars are doing, you and I can't do, and these are something that are passed on from generations to generations,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. So
So that,
imagine, so Taj Mahal and all these beautiful places being built. These are skills that in today's day and age is, I feel, is difficult to find. So
yeah, yeah,
to find work that's done intricately, it takes
yeah,
hours to make a piece. It takes days to make a piece, and in the end, the outcome is just beautiful. It's stunning,
yeah,
and I think that is worth doing and worth putting our time in.
yeah. And I think only when we start respecting these people and respect their work, and acknowledge them, whether it's the kind of fair pay or the right environment for them to work, then they themselves will have pride in doing what they're doing. And if their children have to take up those skills, they're not going to feel bad about it. I mean, the current situation in most with most crafts people, like I met recently a potter. For them it's all about, oh, I don't want my children to go through what I've gone through. And with that, the skill is forgotten and it's lost, something probably their family has been doing for maybe thousands of years. So if we respect, I think, these workers, or support the products made by them, I guess we are supporting a larger sustainable problem. We have, I mean, issue that we are sorting it out. I feel it's not just about the environment, it's also the community that we'll be supporting. So I think it's amazing, and good luck with that for your new ideas and experiments that you were talking about. So you did say that you're working with different kind of materials, but primarily metals. But when it comes to the design and sourcing, how does the process work? Do you have an idea and say, okay, I need to go source this, and this? Or is it the other way around? You get the material and then decide, okay, this is going to make a great clock, or this is going to make a great pen stand. So how does the whole design process work, and the sourcing?
So it's not really fair for us to first design and then go and get exactly the parts that we need to make that particular design,
Yeah.
put it. So we cannot put our design on paper and then go and source. It's very difficult. So for us, it is just, what we do is, Heather and I, both of us, we have our own scooter. We go, take the scooter, roam around in the market. If we see an engine that's opening up, or a transmission that's opening up, or even a car that's breaking down, we go and sit exactly where the vendor is doing that. We park our bike, we sit on the seat for hours and just watch all the parts that are coming out of it. And then we tell them, okay, de do ye sab. Because I think it is very important for us, as when it comes to designing. I feel it's very important to design everything that we find, not just something. I could want to design a clock, but I could design it in 10 different ways. But if I have the material, once I've bought the material, sourced it, and bought it and sitting right in front of me, it's going to be very easy to just put it together. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle coming together. It's much more, I think it's much more fresher that way. It's much more, it helps me at least get the design to a different level. If I'm going to do it the other way, design first and then go and source. I'm kind of stuck that this is what my design needs. I'm not going to get anything more than that. Then upcycling is not my focus. Design is. For us, design is very important. Making products that are user friendly, that are perfect for your home is very important. But I would also like to upcycle because I love to do it, not just because this design says so. So I think that's the route that we love to go by.
So are each of your products unique, or do you have, say, a pen stand, but you can make the same design, the same exact design, probably 10 pieces, 20 pieces, or each product of yours? Because with upcycling, most of the time that's the issue, or the uniqueness of upcycling, based on the product that the waste that you receive. You'll end up making extremely unique products, and there's nobody else has the same thing. So is that the same with your products, or do you do kind of because probably transmission in general will look the same? So if you're using a transmission for a certain design, are you going to have multiple of the same design?
So this is a major issue that we had faced in the early stages. I'll give you two examples. We have one pen stand that we can produce only maybe 2 or 3 pieces in 1 year because the parts are really difficult to find. And then there is this particular pen stand. So this is one of our best sellers. The problem here is I can pick these. So these are connecting rods, and this is the valve spring. So I can get these connecting rods. I don't have a problem with that. But getting the valve spring that is precisely this size becomes difficult for us. So I have to go, and no vendor is going to go, and I can't go and tell him, आप ये size का मेरे लिए 4 निकाल के रख दो. He's going to say, okay, madam, 4 निकाल के रख दूंगा, एक piece का 500 रुपया होगा. I can't sell the product that way. It does not work that way, because how much ever they know us, it is their time being invested into finding that one little piece. It's not fair to them. And so what we do is we go and find these valve springs. We pick up like 50 of them, and we maybe find 10 or 15 that work on this product. So designing in a particular quantity, scaling these products to that level it was an issue that we faced a lot. After that, we just started procuring a lot more and keeping it in the store, so we would not face that issue.
Okay. So have you had anybody coming to you and asking you to custom make something? Do you do that?
Yes, we do that. We do a lot of products. There's a logo that is 6 feet wide that we have done. There are some names that we do. So we custom make names for people. So Mehta's, Purav's, so and so, etc. Company names that we put together. So those are all custom orders. We do make a lot of specialized coffee tables that people may require it in a specific way. So custom designs are a part and parcel of this field, and we do enjoy working on it. It's not always possible. Sometimes it's difficult, but it's a challenge, and we enjoy that.
Okay. And what has been the most exciting product or the most difficult product that you made? But it's been you guys were tackling a certain idea, and finally you figured it out, or something that I don't know, something that's close to your heart. What's that one design that that excited you or got you all?
That would be the Jugadu series. So when we started making all these products, we started also collecting a lot of scrap. We were creating scrap, right? To use a particular metal, sometimes we had to cut it. Sometimes we had to chop the edge off. We were making names that were customized. So we were using a lot more bolts, and they are like 8-inch tall, and then we had to cut it in half, etc., etc. So we started creating a lot more scrap. the problem was figuring how this scrap would work for us, because if we are making the scrap, we are also the problem, we are not the solution. And here we are trying to find the solution. What would it be? Until we realized that why not just put all the scrap together and make another series called the Jugaadu series. So I have this product here with me. So this is
Wow.
this is a bookend, and we have pieced it together with all the scrap that we collected. You know, like some sprockets, some
Amazing.
chairs, and we have just welded it together. The the difficulty comes, so each joint is welded, correct? Everything is welded. The difficulty is when these edges, all these edges are sharp. So we have to
Okay.
take a file and go over each edge, file it, smooth it down, so when you touch it and when you feel it with your bare hand, it's not going to hurt you in any way. So difficulty is not the putting the design together. It is working on that product to make it perfect for consumers to have it.
That's lovely. So typically, what is the price range for your products?
Our so it starts with 200 rupees. That would be a keychain, and would go up to 20,000. That would be a coffee table. So that's the price range currently have. And as we make more products and bigger products, the price range
Okay.
will obviously go up later on.
And as I told earlier, it's going to last a lifetime. So I think one shouldn't think of the moment of you're just buying it at that moment, but it's also thinking about how it's going to function in your home for a lifetime, or probably for
Yes,
the
yes,
next generation as well. So I
yes.
think it's an investment. I see your products as an investment in that sense. So I don't think a price should really matter for something like that. And now that you have told us about the amount of handwork or the labor that is involved in it, it's truly amazing. I mean, what you just showed was just mind blowing. So I totally understand why you were so excited by that. So of course, so now we've seen your products, seen uh, what goes into it, the love, the effort. But if somebody has to ask you, what is the USP of KaReGhar? What makes you unique? What would you say?
So it is for us. It is always having each piece is unique in itself, and everything is handmade, and we have always focused on that being handmade. For us, even when it comes to cutting down products that are hardened, we try not to use the machines, and try giving people opportunity, and they sit with a handsaw and then they cut it, because that's all that they know. And for us, each product being handmade and unique is very important for us.
So that's well put. And I like to wish you and your team and everybody, the KaReGhars of KaReGhar, good luck for the future. And before I sign off, it's been very, very interesting to know a lot. Because as I was telling people, you were one of the latest brands that we partnered with, and then the lockdown happened. So we didn't actually get to know you as much. And now this has given us a great opportunity to understand your products and your brand. So before I wind up, I like to ask the typical question that I ask all our guests. You did tell us about how, in terms of diversifying, you guys started thinking about it predominantly during this lockdown. But in general, all of us have been going through some sort of internal journey professionally, um, personally, during this whole lockdown period. What is it that you went through, or KaReGhar went through, or going through during this whole uh, weird period in all our lives?
So this period has taught us all a lot of patience, but also enforced our beliefs that sustainability is the way to go. And we have seen our ecosystem flourishing. It is one of the best thing that has happened in this period. So this is one of the lessons that we have taken away from this lockdown period, and that's the reason we want to get into sustainability and into different material that would promote that. And go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Ankita. I really had a great time talking to you. Thank you once again, and we hope to connect later in future as well. And as I said, good luck to you and your team. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for having us here. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that was Ankita, and tomorrow we are meeting Shubh. Hers is not your typical sustainable product. She actually makes interesting books and activity books for children to understand their trash, about the what we do to the environment. So I look forward to tomorrow's conversation as well. So thank you so much for listening to the Sustainability Network, and hope to see you all tomorrow as well. Bye-bye.